Off the Hook, airing on offthehooksports.com. Your home for real news, real opinions, and what really matters about Tennessee athletics. The Off the Hook podcast at offthehooksports.com or Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, or wherever you go for your favorite podcasts. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Google Play, TuneIn, iHeart. Like, share, follow, subscribe. Off the Hook with Dave Hooker starts now.
And we're joined by Jacob Warren. What makes this visit different than the previous, 24 visits or so? It's game week. Jacob
You're
has
right.
already, and he's not smiling about me. Hit that subscribe and like button, and we can be a part of your Tennessee coverage from week to week. It's all brought to you by Vassey Lawn and Garden. Man alive, it's worth the drive. So, Jacob, game week, does that make you feel any different? I think as a football player, after going through preseason camp, this feels like a pretty good week.
Yeah, it's a great week, man. It's so I guess what I've been saying when people ask is man, like, it's just excited to get done with all the predictions, done with all of the guessing and all the preseason stuff, whether it's fall camp or whatever it may be, and just starting to truly lock in and kind of get to the point of the whole thing, right? This is what we do it for, is to play these games and to play the season and to try to win games. So I'm super excited for myself, for my team, and just, I guess, everybody else. I know everybody else is really excited too. So
as far as Ball State, I was talking to Cooper about this. My least favorite phrase in sports broadcasting is, hey, you got to go out there and get off to a fast start. Well, nobody says, hey, I want to go out there and flounder around for a quarter and then, have to fight back.
Right.
That's just stupid.
Yes.
But that being said, getting off to a fast start at home against an opponent that I'll say you don't have to, that you should beat, is that something that you guys circle as, hey, let's do that this particular week?
Yeah, obviously. I mean, like, we're playing fast. Like, that's what we do, right? We're trying to score as many points as possible. I know you don't literally mean play fast, but you mean just come out, put scoring drives, first 3 drives, we're trying to score touchdowns, right? I know that's what you mean, but man, like, that's how we play, and that's kind of our identity. So I think going into week 1, like, that's going to be the biggest thing, is to, man, come out hot, show everyone what we've been working on, all the timing being perfect, and running backs hitting holes and just picking up a lot of yards, making it really exciting for the first game of the season, and kind of show everyone what it's going to be like as we get rolling throughout the whole season.
I was talking to Cooper about this too. So you go into this game and there's no surprise factor, because last year maybe you surprised some people with the tempo, but now Ball State knows that's coming.
Mm-hmm.
He talked about it'll be interesting to see in the beginning of the game how they defend that. Did they drop somebody else into coverage, or did they play it more straight up? So how much of the first couple of series are fact-finding missions for you guys as much as anything?
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, we're as we install plays and we go through it in practice and talk about it and watch film and everything like that, what you're watching from last year could be completely different from what it is that we're actually gonna get, right? Say we prepare for 4 down, they play over to the field every single snap, whatever, like this is how they played last year, and then now they come out on Thursday and they're in 3 down, drop 8, everybody flying out of the box, you know what I mean, like stuff like that, and we've been preparing for 4 down, field over, you know what I mean? So like you said, the first couple of drives are kind of just, all right, what are they doing? Is this what we've been preparing for? If not, obviously we have a plan. We have, little tweaks of things that in our plays that will make adjustments to, in order to be more successful against, say, a 3 down, drop 8, whatever it may be. So yeah, it's just a matter of going out and trying to figure out how they're playing us and then adjust to that. And I think at the same time, just you communicate well, you play fast, get lined up, pay attention to the details. Regardless of what they come out in, I think it'll be, and this is any week, I think you'll have success as long as everyone's on the same page, as long as everyone's, just doing their job. I think we'll still be able to have success, whether the look is what it is or not, or what we think it is going to be. Does that make sense?
It does. I know this is a a season opener.
Mhm.
So I wanted to ask you about what you see on Ball State, but I know it's a different football team, so I say it with that caveat. Brought to you by Vassey Lawn and Garden, the Ball Report with Jacob Warren. Vassey Lawn and Garden, whether you're talking about industrial, commercial mowers, whatever you might need, the hedgers, the blowers, the trimmers, it's all right there at Vassey Lawn and Garden. Man alive, it's worth the drive. Toro, count on it. So when you look at tape or video of Ball State, and I know it's going back to last year and the teams changed
Mhm.
drastically. What do you see out of that group? What do you see based off 2021?
Yeah, I mean, like you said, the team has changed a lot. They lost a lot of players, seniors, transfers, whatever it may be. So maybe not a lot of the guys that you're watching might not be there anymore. Maybe their defensive end is a different guy, but maybe the guy that's still there was the backup. So now let's go find film of him, whatever it may be. But just structurally, I mean, you're going to get they try to be gap sound on the front. So playing physical with their linebackers, inserting when they see run, flying out of there when they see pass. I don't know. You see twist games, you see field pressures, you see corner traps, you see all types of stuff. And not that it's super complex, but obviously they have a lot of different options to try to play to defend us, and we have a lot of threats on the field at a time. I think running quarterback, you've got a great running back core, you've got great receivers, you've got obviously Cedric Tillman, who's one of the best receivers in the nation, if not the best receiver in the nation, that they're going to have to worry about. So you kind of look at how they play other teams with really dominant wide receivers, whether it's they roll coverages into the boundary to cover them, or they always have a safety over top, or just different things like that we're looking at and trying to be like, okay, this could be the approach they take with said. This could be the approach they take to try to shut down the quarterback run. And that's just kind of how you have to look at it and relate it to how we plan on playing.
Did you at all, because you mentioned said, and
Mm-hmm.
I think the receivers are going to be really good, even better now that we hear the Ruben Boy eligible announcement.
Mm-hmm.
Did you keep track of that at all, whether or not he was eligible? Because I talked to Cooper, and Cooper had said, I didn't even know he wasn't eligible.
I had no clue that he wasn't eligible. I promise, I had zero clue. Like, I knew when he got recruited, like when he came, and it was like a big deal about something. Like, obviously you hear about his past and stuff, whatever it may be, but didn't think that it would even affect him here, or that it would, something wasn't figured out. We thought everything was fine. So we had all just been assuming he was gonna be able to play. And then all stuff comes up like free brew. Vol Nation's going crazy about something. I'm like, what's going on? And then I come to find out that he wasn't eligible the whole time, and now he actually was granted his eligibility. So obviously very big news that we all didn't know that we needed, for sure.
Maybe it's better just keeping you in the dark so you don't have to
No
worry.
doubt.
But when you look at that, and they were already very good, and listen, I
Mm-hmm.
don't know what Brew McCoy is going to do this year, but the receiving group you included was already very good. You and Princeton included as tight ends was
Mm-hmm.
already very good. But now with the addition of that, you're talking about a pretty special group with depth.
Yeah, that's so last year I think, and we've talked about this, kind of just the intricacies of the offense and how year 2 is going to be so much more clean, so much more detail oriented, I guess. And there's going to be a lot of plays out there that are made simply because of a better understanding of the offense. And so, like, you had guys like Velus Jones last year, right? Who, like, whenever he caught the ball, no matter what the concept was, there was a possibility he was going to score with the ball, right? Because he's just a very good player. Sed's the same way. Jalen's the same way. Like, these guys are just very good with the ball in their hands and very good in open space. And so you combine that with a true understanding and a maturity within the system, and I think that they're going to be extremely deadly. It was on the TV, some guy, I don't know who it was like SEC Network or something, had predicted that Tennessee was going to have like the best wide receiver core in the East or something like that. And I'm like, sure, like that's great, but it's like truly like they want to be the best in the nation, right? And they truly can. And I think that they're gonna come out and that's what they're striving for. So I think you'll see a very determined, a very locked in perimeter for the Vols, I think.
Well, it's funny you bring that up because I'm egghead analysis guy here. but I did look at some of the other receiving cores in the nation.
Mm-hmm.
To me, it stacks right up there. I mean, I say this including the tight ends, but it stacks. It stacks right up there with some of the best in the nation. That's got to be pretty exciting.
For sure, no doubt, it really is. It really is, and there's a lot of things that we as tight ends learn from them. You know what I mean? Like ability to get in and out of our breaks. Like we were talking about, just a lot of things working over the summer as far as details in the top of my routes. You know, Cedric had a lot to do with that. Walker Merrill had a lot to do with that. Jimmy Holiday had a lot to do with that. Just after workouts, you know, they see us working drills and coming over and helping us kind of understand like I said, the little details of how my foot needs to be turned, you know, how I need to be sinking my weight, when I need to do this, when I need to do that. And so, yeah, they're locked in. I'm super excited for them.
Your favorite game day tradition at Tennessee is?
I really enjoy the Vol Walk. I think
everybody says that.
Yeah, the Vol Walk gives you a time. I enjoy it because it gives me time to kind of just like it's easy to not feel very connected with the fan base if you don't have something like that, right? If you don't have something where I'm personally, you know, walking, we don't wear headphones, right? Or at least we're told not to wear headphones because we're trying to engage with the fans, trying to engage with the people. So as you're walking down, like everyone's just super excited. Obviously, you're walking towards the stadium, and you know I've walked down that road as a kid, right, looking at the stadium, like man, like this is crazy, whatever. So every single time I walk down the Vol Walk, it's like I'm always looking up at it like, wow, like this is truly like it's a dream, right? I'm so super blessed to be able to do this. And so yeah, always I think the Vol Walk is one of my favorite times.
Well, yeah, and with your dad and your uncle both playing at Tennessee, now, I mean, obviously you would have been too young to remember your dad. I don't know how old he was when he had you, but even if he did, it would have been too young probably to remember it. But what are some of your first memories? I'm sure you've been at them as a fan. What are some of your first memories of the Vol Walk as a fan?
Yeah, just obviously not knowing any of the players, not knowing, I don't know. I think just being on both sides of it's cool now, but just kind of looking at the guys and just, I don't know, thinking that they were it, right? Like when you're a kid, like that is what you want. Like that's where you want to be. Like you look up to those guys so much. And I think just, you know, whether it's them dressed up in suits and whatever, or them all matching, or something about just the team, everyone walking down and just everyone applauding them, the energy. That's just the one thing that I remember is just the energy around the team. And it's all about, at that moment, it's all about the team, right? It's all about them. And that's what's super special, I guess, about it.
Was there any one guy in particular you were like, at a Vol Walk, you looked at and you're like, that dude's got it going on. That's the kind of player I want to be one day.
I mean, I guess, I don't know. Not really. For when I was getting recruited, I thought it was hilarious. Juwan Jennings would always like be super crazy walking down the Vol Walk. You know, he always used to dye his hair, right? I don't know if you remember this. He always used to dye his hair crazy colors, and he would always be jumping up and down, like doing whatever, like high-fiving people, like picking up babies and stuff. So like like that's I can like vividly remember him just being super like outgoing and wild and stuff like that on the Vol Walk. I don't know. That's not necessarily anyone that I think I looked up to because I was older at the time, but I don't know. Just I thought that was that's a very clear memory in my head.
Yeah, where's your little baby? Juwan Jennings took it and just ran into the stadium.
Juwan still has the baby.
Okay, I didn't know the ear pod rule. Okay, so you can't have headphones on, I guess, which is a smart idea. Okay, are you one of those players when you sit in front of your locker and you get into game mode that you got to listen to the right music?
Not really. I think as long as I'm listening to something, like if it's something I like, obviously I'd prefer to listen to something I like, but I'm not the one that's like, if I don't listen to this song, and that song, I'm not ready to play. It's just, all right, I got some music going. Like it's more of just like calming my mind down thing versus trying to get me riled up. I think that's kind of me pregame is very much, you know, I know all the game plan. Like I've studied it, I've worked it. Like, let me just try to sit here, let me relax, let me get my mind focused on just all the things I do. Like, obviously my mind is racing, right? I'm thinking about the plays, I'm thinking about the games, and I'm excited to play. It's just like I know that I need to because I prefer to play the game in the same way, right? I prefer to play the game calm, collected, and I guess with a temperament. I think you know what I mean. Like
No,
my temperament never really changes from pregame into the game, and I think that helps me kind of just maintain that the whole time.
okay, is that the new wave of, because I think you're doing it the right way, but is that the new
Right.
wave of players, or do you still have some dudes that are like playing Metallica, banging their head against the locker? Because that was me.
Maybe not Metallica.
I'm old.
Yeah, maybe not
Old
Metallica.
alert.
I'm sure there's some people out there that do still, but no, not Metallica. But yeah, there are definitely people that have their favorite artists or their favorite. They make a playlist and have it ready to go, and they listen to it every time, every game day. And if that's how you prefer to go, then let's do that. But yeah, that's not really me.
Now, I think it's worth mentioning too that Hendon Hooker's probably listening to gospel music. So the range, I would love to know,
Yeah.
just like if we could find out what everybody is listening to. But
Hmm.
do you have any game day traditions, that maybe superstitions that you do? I want to ask you about that. First, want to remind everybody that the Ball Report with Jacob is brought to you by Vassey Lawn and Garden.
The more that owns every job, then get to Vassey Lawn and Garden in Cleveland and get you a Toro. I'm David Vassey, here to talk to you about Toro. With a Toro Zero Turn, you'll get more out of every minute and you'll reach the finish line faster. At Vassey's, we like to say, no matter if you're mowing 3 acres a week or 11 lawns a day, homeowners and business owners alike find confidence in equipment they can trust from top to bottom.
Vassey Lawn and Garden, Highway 60 North in Cleveland.
Man alive, it's worth the drive.
So, Jacob, any game day traditions?
I guess kind of, right. Nothing crazy, like nothing super crazy, superstitious, but when on the drive over to the stadium, I will listen to like some gospel music and stuff just because I don't know. It's a good time too. Like it's quiet on the bus. So again, I'm not trying to like listen to something crazy like loud in my ears. So we'll listen to gospel music riding over, take my earbuds out, obviously go down the Vol walk. And then every time, so the I think there's four, the statues that they put, maybe five, that they put down there in the little like area in front of Gate 21. It's all the African American legends of Tennessee, right? There's one of them that like is running. I don't even know which one it is. He's running and like his hands up like this, right?
Yep.
And every time I always give him a high five, right? Every single time. And I'll be walking on the other side and I have to stop, turn around, walk over there and give him a high five. And I don't know why I started doing it. Or I think I was just walking by one day and I was like, nice, whatever. That's my high five. So I've done that before every game last season, and we'll probably continue to do it this season. Nothing crazy, like I said, but I guess that's the only thing I can think of that I do every single time.
Okay, so if for some reason it slipped in the Vol walk, would you like run back outside the stadium?
Back outside. See, I don't know. At that point, like I said, it's not. I don't think it would really bug me that much, but I do try to make sure I do it every time.
I mean, the last thing you want is first snap, you're like, Dad, blame it. I didn't.
I forgot to give him the high five. Let me go back out. Run back up the tunnel.
He is Jake Ward. Hey, on a personal level and on behalf of Vassey Lawn and Garden, I wanted to thank you. We're finally here at football season. It's my job as a journalist to be impartial, but it's awfully hard to do when I see guys like you and Cooper be just great guys to work with. So I'm personally rooting for you. I know David Vassey at Vassey Lawn and Garden is as well. So we appreciate you. And with this season coming up, hope for absolutely nothing but the best for you, man. Just truly appreciate all you've done and continue to do through the season. It means a lot.
Thank you, Dave. I really do appreciate that. Obviously, everything. I enjoyed doing all of this with you and continue to do it throughout the season. I'm sure we'll have some great talks going through it. So, yeah, extremely blessed.
It seems like about 2 weeks ago we were just having hibachi and meeting each other for the first time.
I know it. I know it. Now we're here.
It's not good hibachi, by the way. I'm just going to say he is Jacob Warren. He didn't make it. He is Jacob. And I'm up in the restaurant. He's Jacob Warren. I'm Dave Hooker. This is a production of Off the Hook Sports brought to you by Vassey Lawn and Garden. Man alive, it's worth the drive. Toro, count on it.